Hello everyone, Coder Rob here, doing the more advanced building techniques for EverQuest Next Landmark. So what's on the docket today? Well, I'll tell you, I'm doing something pretty aggressive. I'm going to try to teach you how to do an entire castle. And I had a couple photographs that I was looking at kind of for inspiration. This one on the right I really liked. I like the archway. I want to build it where it's got a gate. I like how the stonework stacks upwards. So there were a lot of things I liked about this particular one. So I'm going to start using that as an inspiration. I'm going to build a gate for you to start with. And I actually have started working on the gate, but what I'm going to do, because I didn't think I was going to shoot a video on this until I started seeing how it was turning out, I'm going to go ahead and undo this, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So as you can imagine, building an entire castle is a very long process. So I'm going to start using time-lapse photography on the area so you can still see everything that's happening, but I'm only going to stop the time-lapse when I have something important to say, a tip, or to explain in detail what I'm doing, and then it's going to go back into the time-lapse. As you can imagine, this may stretch more than one video. So, and I have no idea right now how many videos we're talking about. But one of the things that I've seen on the forum quite a few times is how to make your property look organic. Too many times when you lay down a slab to build on, one end is floating in space, the other end may be cut into the earth, like such. And so I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. So I've already started doing it over here. So as you can see here, I have a very organic blend. I followed it around. So over here, the surrounding ground was actually higher, and over here the surrounding ground was lower. So I'm kind of showing you how to do both ways. Now when you do this, I'm going to go ahead and make it so you can see my property line, my claim. So when I started doing the slab, I made sure that the slab was at least 18 voxes from the edge, because you need some distance in order to blend. Either you're going to be blending upwards or you're going to be blending downwards. Very rarely is the ground going to be even with the slab. So if you see here, if I do a selection, okay, it's 18. I just don't have them all selected. There we go. What I did was, when I was selecting this, I put it on the selection tool that's third from the smallest, and I came out 3, and that happens to be 18. And then I started doing my selection for my slab. So as you see, this does not look organic at all here. It doesn't look organic over here on the front where I haven't finished it. So the way you do that is very simple. I'm going to turn my claim off here. I think it's annoying. So what you do is you use the line tool, and you don't want to do it the same distance out each time. So when you have the line tool selected, I don't know if you know this trick, but if you hold down the Alt key over a material and then click, you will get that material. So if I'm down here and click, it will look like this sandy rubble. If I select this, it will look like this stone. I'm going to select the stone. So what I always select is whichever material is higher. Since this material is higher than this one, I'm going to select the stone. And then it's a matter of just using the line tool and coming out here and merging it to the ground. And you vary the distance. So sometimes I'll come out further, sometimes I won't come out as far. Okay, so I have it where it now is even with the ground. And so I'm going to go back over the area I just did, and I'm going to smooth it out. So you see it looks very angular. I'm going to use the smoothing tool. I'm going to put it on a sphere, and I'm going to just smooth it out. So now we're going to switch to the paint tool, and with the paint tool selected, I'm now going to use the Alt key, and I'm going to select the sandy stuff down here, and I'm going to start merging the two together. I'm going to put the paint tool on a sphere, and I'm going to start bringing that material up randomly into the rock. Now since I already have rock down here, I'm not going to do it right there so much, but maybe over here more. Alright, and that looks pretty good. So now what do you do when you have the opposite problem, where your foundation is lower than the surrounding ground? Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to select some of the surrounding ground and pull it away, because we're going to have to make a slope here, and obviously we have a very rigid ridge there, so we're going to remove back some of the material, even with the foundation. And once I have that, now I have room to blend it. And it's pretty much the exact same process, except this time I'm going to use the sandy material and I'm going to bring it down to here. So I'm going to use my Alt key, I'm going to select my line tool, use my Alt key to select the sand, and then just bring the material back down. Alright, so once you have that, again you hit it with the smooth tool. And again you're going to use your paint tool. You're going to use your Alt key to select this material, because we're now going to blend this material up into the stone. And what I'm going to do is over here it's a very defined line, so again I'm going to make it just hit or miss, so it doesn't look like it's man-made but looks more organic. And there you are. Okay, so let's talk about how I made this gate, this archway. So if you've watched one of my earlier videos, I show you how to make an arch very quick and easy. I did the same thing here. Basically I had a slab of material that was 6 voxes deep and approximately 36 voxes wide. And I just took the delete tool and I put it on a sphere and I punched a hole through it. And the problem most people have with the delete tool is they don't know if you do a shift tab and then use your mouse wheel that you can move back and forth through the material, the depth of the material, until you get the sphere in the center, and then you just click and it cuts out a perfect sphere. Then you just cut out the square beneath the sphere, and that's where I got the arch. So these up here, this is just a matter of me putting a single vox over and over until I had it all the way across. Once I had it all the way across, I selected those voxes, I copied, and then I pasted and I moved them out one and over to the side one so that they were staggered. And then I pasted again and I moved them out and staggered them back one. And I just repeated that process. That left some material empty right through here, which I just used my grappling hook and filled in that material that was missing. Then I just selected all of this, this repeat pattern, one side of it, and I'm having a hard time selecting it. Can never select when you want to. So I just selected that, copied that, and I came around to the back side, pasted it here, flipped it around and pasted it. So again, if you want to know how to make a quick easy arch, I do have a video on that. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that. The gate is the interesting part. I also have a video on how to make fences and gates, but I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick how I did this one. So to start, to make the fence, those of you that have watched my videos before know that I believe in working smarter, not harder. I rarely create a whole object. Um, I usually do a lot of cutting and pasting in order to create an object. I create half of an object or a part of an object. Same thing with that fence over there. So really all I did was create a hashtag here. And then I'm going to select this, and I'm not going to select the whole thing. I'm not going to select these two end pieces. Well, I'm not yet anyways. So I'm going to do a Control C and copy that. And then I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to line up exactly where it was before, and then I'm going to move it to the right until I continue the pattern. And it's a matter of figuring out how many you need, which I've kind of lost count, but since it's just a demo, I'm not going to show you exactly the exact same size. But once I have that, then I reselect this, and this time I do select these end ones. Control C, Control V to paste. I line it up, and then this time I'm going to move it up. However many I need. So I made sure I had the right number to fit this hole. And then I just highlighted the whole thing. And I gave it a 1 vox padding on all sides. And I applied shrink, or the smooth tool. This is just a judgment call how many times you want to do it. There's 3. I think I originally did 3. I may have done 4. Let me see what 4 looks like. We'll go with 4 this time. So I didn't have this end selected or padded off, so it doesn't look the same as this side. I apologize for that. I'm not going to fix it, but that was caused by me not having a 1 vox padding on all sides. So if you see here, there's a little bit of a pattern going on, and what that is these voxes, every so many, are smaller than these voxes, and that gives it that pattern. So at this point, I just created a single vox, and I shrunk it down. And I shrunk this one 4. I want to make sure it was shrunk smaller than the other ones. I select it. Control C. And then I'm going to paste it in every other junction. So the tricky part's getting it lined up. Kind of cool, huh? So I didn't do the end pieces, just doing enough to give you an idea of how I did that. So these spikes on the bottom. So I didn't do a spike in every junction. You see, I did a spike every other junction, just like this pattern's in every other junction. So I'm going to use my delete tool, and I'm going to delete every other one of these that's hanging down. And then for that, that's a little tricky. What I did was I copied one of these here, Control C, and I'm going to paste it not here, but one below it. So right there would be pasting it over it. I'm going to go one down from there. And I'm going to do that across. So I want to apologize to everyone. My video recorder crashed on me and I didn't realize it, and I continued showing you how to place the gate and how to sharpen these points. And I've since deleted that. So I'm going to just explain real quick. It's just a matter of copying and pasting what I was doing over here on the side into place. And as far as the points go, the tapered look is just really a matter of putting another small box right here at this intersection, and then another one down here at the point to give it the wide look. And what it'll originally do is it'll become just a bar, but then I take one of the thicker areas from up here and I paste it here again, and it gives it the tapered spear point. So overall, I'm very happy with the way this looks. My intent was, if you remember from the inspiration, was to do a gate similar to what you're seeing here. And I think I've captured that. So the next step is to do the towers.